We've been training for years, but of course, we learned from other incidents across our nation and across the world.
Another horrific school shooting in the United States yesterday after a 28-year-old former student entered a school in Nashville and opened fire, killing 3 children and 3 adults. St. Johns County Sheriff Robert Hardwick tells St. Augustine's local morning news what's being done locally to keep schools safe from gun violence.
There's a deputy sheriff in every one of our public schools in St. Johns County, and there's an armed security officer in all the charter schools. And then what I've done also too is we put some additional deputy resources in our high schools too as well. So great programs in place. I think here in St. Johns County with our real-time intelligence center where we monitor in conjunction with the school staff, the cameras that are in these schools.
Hardwick says new technology has a role to play in school safety in St. Johns County.
There is some new modern technology with Centrigics. Basically, that was under Alyssa's law. Alyssa, of course, was murdered down in Parkland, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. And with that law, basically what it says, there will be a way for employees, staff members to contact law enforcement immediately in these schools. So we have Centrigics that can actually grab a hold of this credit card looking thing and squeeze it so many times, and it automatically activates the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office 911 Center, our real-time intelligence center.
Sheriff Hardwick says a strong partnership with the school district is a major factor in keeping students safe.
We have a great relationship too with the St. Johns County School District, Tim Forson, of course, and our district school board members. I mean, we have a great partnership, and they provide us all the resources that we need. And with that being said, we work hand in hand with the school districts, of course, in training and knowing these schools, but also our deputy sheriffs. They're going to be the ones that are actually going to respond the quickest to back up the youth resource deputy sheriffs. So a lot of time we spend with our deputies in these schools and training and knowing the layouts.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
I'm looking forward to the same enthusiasm that I had every day when I came across the Bridge of Lines.
St. Augustine City Manager John Regan has announced he will retire, but still be very much a part of the community. He spoke to Liz Ryan about his early days with the city 25 years ago.
I came to St. Augustine in 1998 to be the utilities director. And in 2003, I became the chief operations officer. In 2010, I became the city manager upon the retirement of the former city manager, Bill Harris.
I asked him about the accomplishments he's most proud of in his 13 years as city manager.
The parking garage as an example of a brick and mortar structure, and the construction of the new seawall south of the Santa Maria down to the National Guard headquarters.
He told me he's proud of his legacy as city manager. The fire department, for example.
It took 20 years to work with each fire chief to attain the status of what's called an ISO 1 rated fire department. Less than 2% of fire departments in the country have that standing, and it affects your insurance rates, but most importantly, it's a statement of equipment training, hydraulics, communication systems, policies, and a commitment to excellence.
And getting the police force accredited.
That accreditation is a really big statement about having a modern police force.
He feels confident that when he steps away, the city is in good hands.
Things are good at the city. We have a wonderful leadership at the city commission level, and we've got a talented staff.
He'll be starting a new chapter, but remain very much involved with the city he loves so much.
This is my community. This is where I raised my children. This is where we live. I'll continue to be a part of the community, but in different ways.
He may be retiring as city manager, but this is far from goodbye. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
The majority of the project is installing a new drainage pipe on King Street at A1A and up to the Bay Wall.
Jacob Pickering with the Florida Department of Transportation says construction on the King Street drainage project got underway Monday.
The project improvements include replacing and adding up to 60-inch diameter drain pipe on King Street, as well as a new concrete masonry wall system, new timber pergola, new curb and gutter, as well as sidewalk upgrades, bicycle path upgrade, lighting, and asphalt resurfacing. New landscaping will be installed in the area once the project is fully completed.
The project shouldn't cause too many headaches for drivers on A1A or King Street until much later this year.
In the fall, perhaps October, November time, there will be detours right there on King Street at A1A in downtown St. Augustine. These detours are short. They should only be about 4 or 5 days each, but there are going to be 3 phases of detours.
He breaks down the cost and who's paying for the work.
The cost of this project is $4.2 million. Now, the funding is from the state. It's a FDOT-funded project, as well as some federal funding as well.
The project aims to wrap up just before Nights of Lights begins towards the end of the year. Learn more about the detours at nflroads.com/St. Augustine, or check out an open house in the Alcazar Room at City Hall on April 18th. With St. Augustine's local morning news, I'm Amy Sherry.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's local morning news. I'm Rich Carroll.